as a consumer of your service,
Yes.
The TV guide for live streams is gold, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is gold.
That's definitely like one of the silver lining stuff like that's coming out. It's like we've talked about building that, and it's like and like we talked about like building a bunch of video stuff that was planning on us like hopefully like releasing in July, but instead we built like live stream TV in like a day. So it's like
right, and like
fun.
having a thing where it's like now who's live right now.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Like that shit rules, dude.
Yeah, and it gets to like continue past past when we all like go back to actually seeing music and clubs and stuff.
And like, you know, we're gonna go back, but it's not gonna go all the way back.
No, there's gonna be
part of this lifestyle is here to stay now.
Yeah,
so,
you won't be doing it every day like you're doing it now, but I bet you'll like do it like a couple times a month. Even when we're back seeing shows at Terrapin and the Sweetwater and all the places that we...
Well, and I'm not doing what I would do at gigs because I'm alone. I have never performed alone in my life. When I started performing with my parents and my sisters when I was in elementary school, it was the 5 of us with my dad right there making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like Jacob Fred was an 8-piece band when we started. Like the attention was so not on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, it's me alone and not getting immediate feedback from, like, I'm so addicted to the bliss/stress of being on stage and reading the room, like constantly reading the room, you know, do I have their attention? How do I keep it? Or did I lose their attention? How do I get it back? Like, you know, and constantly gauging, am I checked out because I've sung this song before? Or am I like constantly reading all that shit? And now it's like, I can't hear them. I know they're there.
The amount of people talking during your sets that you can hear is at an all-time low across the board here.
Yeah, exactly. Man, they're so
really respectful audiences lately.
Actually, the coolest thing about my sets is later I go and I scroll through and I read all the comments, and people are actually starting to kind of hang out.
Yeah,
like it's Terrapin. Like people are sort of checking in on each other's lives.
Yeah, definitely.
And not just being like, yeah, Reed, sick, bro. But they're talking to each other, not about the stream.
Yes, yeah.
And that is like, oh yes, that. Because man, when the hippie fiasco thing was in full swing, that saved my ass, man. Because like my ex-wife was in prison that whole year in Ohio, and I was living alone and so poor. A 2-income house suddenly became a 1-income house overnight. And Tea Leaf Green decided coincidentally to take a fucking break right when I needed more work, you know, and more support and company. And so, but I just left Hippie Fiasco on the TV. Not only did Nathan and Chad and Liz make me feel like I wasn't alone, but the chat on the side of the thing, those 200 people became my friends, and I didn't even know who they were. I didn't even know what gender half of them were because their names were Tiger 79 and you know, and I was just like, later people would come up to me on Jam Cruise or something and be like, Reed, I'm Tiger 79. And I'd be like, oh, you know. So like, that made me so happy. That was the happiest thing in my life that year, you know.
That's great.
And like now I'm like, ooh, yes, let's get that going. Let's get it going, you know.
Yeah. Hey, quick programming note. Sort of since I got Miles out of the kitchen, is this all cool to be on the record, or do you want to like start? Okay, everything we've been talking about is cool.
Yep.
Right on. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, we sort of segued into our introduction here. I've got Reed Mathis here. This isn't live or anything. We're gonna put this up with your intro. But yeah, we'll fade in. Me and Reed have been talking for like a half hour here, but I think we'll probably just publish like the last 5 minutes before this into here. But yeah, I texted Reed this morning. We launched this video series, Gimme Shelter In Place. And yeah, you like that?
Yes. Oh my God, that's gotta go on the list. That's gotta go on the list.
Oh, Gimme Shelter? Yeah.
Gimme Shelter In Place. Like, so me and a couple other people are trying to figure out how many songs we can like reconfigure the words like Weird Al.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So my first idea was like Steely Dan's Hey 19, but COVID-19.
COVID-19.
So Jordan Feinstein and Josh Gelfand pulled it off, and Josh did it in his set like 2 days ago. And it was
nice.
Off the hook.
Nice.
And then he did another one, which was even better, which was En Vogue. No, you're never going to get it. But it was, well, you're probably going to get it.
Probably going to get it. Nice.
Okay, Gimme Shelter In Place is on the fucking
Gimme Shelter In Place is like, we're going through the archives, all this great video that like we have the raw footage of that we've never edited before. Reed, if you haven't checked it out yet, you guys see the one from yesterday. It's Ron Artiste II and The Truth with Brad Barr doing a tune that they made up at Soundcheck at the show at the Chapel we did last year.
No way.
I don't think you were there, but you were definitely there the next night when we had Jake and Fred and the Slip and Jen and everyone play. So yeah, check out that video. I'll send you a link after we wrap here. But yeah, it's Brad and Ron ripping it up, and it's pretty cool. And we're gonna have you be video number 2 here later today. So 5 years ago, you and Cochran came by the
almost to the day.
Is it really? Yeah.
It was like the first week of April.
Yeah. It's a really nostalgic time for me too. My son was just probably almost 1 then, and he was like there that day and crawling around. Yeah, and in the video,
and there was a dog.
What's that?
There was a dog too.
There was a dog there. Yep, there was a dog and my son. Yep. And in the video we published, Deal, which is the one that people have seen before, like 3/4 the way through, you can hear him just go like, "Wah!"
Yes.
Like, and like you smile, and it's just like, oh no, we're not editing that out. Like, that's cool. But no, yeah, we've got 4 other tunes that you.
What did I do? I think I did Wharf Rat.
You did Wharf Rat. You did He's Gone. You did Loser, and you did Broke Down Palace.
Oh, nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Which was really funny because at the time, the brothers Comatose had already like reserved Broke Down Palace to be theirs. They maybe even had already recorded. I can't remember. I was like, well, Reed, we're definitely not going to publish Broke Down because somebody else is doing it. You're like, I need to play it. I woke up with it in my head this morning. Like, I need to play it. Like, all right, like, go ahead. Camera's rolling. Like,
I mean, what, you know.
And then, 5 years later, we're now just getting around to editing them down. So we're going to do He's Gone today.
Awesome.
Because it's definitely, they're all great. They're like, it's funny, me and Jake, you remember Jake who did all the videos? We were joking that like you really don't go very easy on Cochran in these videos because like I'm not sure like tempo is like a solid construct for you like when you're playing these dead tunes and like switching from a shuffle to straight, and like he does an incredible job like trying to keep up with you and he does it. Like, man, this is not an easy job for Cochran when they play these songs like a duo like
well
this.
I mean, you know, I come from a pretty hardcore background. You know, so, and you got what I was doing that month that you guys filmed me. I had 4 shows with Bill Kreutzmann that month.
And I remember we were talking about that too.
That is how Bill, there's a really loud plane.
That's all right. You can
Bill, I had 4 shows with Bill that month, and that's how Bill plays.
Exactly.
Bill is not like, Bill is very solid and stable as a team member on the instrument, but not superficially. Like, if you zoom out, what he's doing is completely steady and reliable. The actual details, what you would hear him play, like what you feel is stable. What you actually hear is constantly changing and unpredictable. And that duality that's jazz. That's jazz. You know what I mean? Like that's the definition to me. Like, so like, that's my rhythmic approach, is that like, like it's reliable and stable without vamping.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. We talked, I remember all this stuff from 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
And you talked about it at the time too, and sort of Billy and the Kids is, it was Billy and the Kids, right? Those gigs? Yeah. And the approach, and just sort of you and me, I remember talking, it's like everyone's done the song straight a million times. You know? So yeah, it's great. It's funny. A lot of people, like, I didn't think some of that stuff would be as memorable to some of the musicians, but like, I'm talking to Anders and Luther on Friday about some of their footage. And actually I haven't seen Luther since, but Scotty B has seen him. And I was like, oh, like, when you record the podcast with him, like, tell him what he told me 5 years ago when we were doing the videos was really helpful. And Scotty was like, I was halfway through telling him, and he remembered the advice he gave you.
Yes.
I was like, damn. Like,
dude, you have Anders footage? Is he doing dead tunes?
So yeah, we'll see if anyone actually gets this far into our video. So we'll spoil this a little bit here. But yeah, I mean, when we
you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I love Anders, and I love Anders solo.
When we did that series 5 years ago, his was like, no offense to you and everyone who did great tunes, it was like the best one. He did Black Muddy River, him and Luther, and it's like the video that has the most views of anything outside of the Ripple that we did with the playing for change folks. So yeah, he did Black Muddy River, and that one's been out there for like 5 years, just like yours version of Deal has. But no, he like did an original. He did
cool.
Him and Luther did a couple. That was the thing. Me and Jake were joking about that too. It's like the first sessions where people were coming in, we were like not really pressed for time, and we were like, yeah, sure, play an original. We'll totally do something with it. We never did. But then by like session 40, we were like recording on a Wednesday and publishing it on a Thursday. We were like, yeah, get the hell out of the office. Like, no originals, no second takes, get out of here.
Yeah. Guys, we got 5 more minutes. Are you almost done?
It's because by the end of that series, we literally, it was like number 46 or 47, we recorded with Nikki Bloom and the Gramblers at High Sierra.
The Gramblers? The whole
Yep, in the little Sierra Nevada tent there. They did Birdsong, and we like recorded it and edited it. This is all Jake. I mean, he does all the hard work. And then published it from Quincy the next day.
Oh, dang.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we'll have this be our intro video for He's Gone today, and then
awesome.
You're gonna be like going live most days, like you have been on Facebook,
I mean,
right?
It's my sanity, you know.
Yep. I hear.
I'm doing it on Deadheadland tonight, which is
Deadheadland tonight. Okay, cool.
Yep. And then tomorrow night I'll be doing it on my page, but I'm busting my ass this week because on Sunday I decided that tomorrow night I'm going to do all of Gamehendge.
And you're cool. And you're cool. This being breaking news too. This isn't going to be a surprise.
Yeah. Why not?
All right. Cool.
And I've wanted to do it since I got my Wetlands tape in 1992.
Oh man, are you going to have narration in the middle?
Yes.
Okay.
I got Andy Gadiel to record the narration, and I've already gone through and edited the narration and put like vocal effects on it and shit like that. And then I'm having Benji Eisen do the opening invocation, you know.
Like how you get to Gamehenge or
open the portal.
Okay.
So we'll see if he's supposed to do it this morning, and I haven't heard from him. So
my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, my interpretation of Gamehendge, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, I tuned in for like 2 minutes of Lizards the other night.
Oh man, that was so fun.
I'd say the one drawback to all the live stream TV stuff we've been doing on JamBase is we are all like so quickly trying to gather up everybody's links and everyone's Venmos and everything to get it onto the page. We can't watch any one performance for more than like 3 minutes, and like we're all like chatting with each other like, Reed's killing it. Okay, now I got to go find like another link and get it up. So I'm glad so many of them are on demand so we can watch them. We're going to try to make a better job today, I think, of getting all the on-demand ones also listed on that page too, because not everyone can see it live.
I'm like putting them on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, and I think your Facebook videos stay up too.
Right, but then they kind of they recede in the tide.
Right. Yes.
But
well, cool, dude. Man, all right. Well, so Reed's doing Gamehendge. When that tomorrow? No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night at 7:30. Yeah, I'm really excited.
That's awesome.
The songs are so fucking fun.
What's the toughest one solo guitar, do you think? Are you gonna do?
Honestly, Divided Sky is the one that I'm still not sure how I'm gonna pull off.
Oh, is Divided Sky always like you're doing like full like everything Gamehendge adjacent too? Because I don't know if
I'm doing my own.
Okay, nice.
I'm doing what feels resonant to me as a unit.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I don't know if they did Divided when Fish would like play it in a set.
They did.
They did. Oh, okay.
Times in '94.
Okay.
Gotcha. They did it, and they ended it with Divided Sky.
Gotcha.
Started with Llama, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
Are you going to try to do the guitar riffs in Mockingbird? That stuff?
I'm not telling you what I'm going to
do. You got to tune in on Thursday.
Well, also, I don't want to promise something that I
don't want to promise riffs you're not going to play. Yeah.
I'm going to play it as me. I'm not
okay.
I mean, anybody that's been following me playing for more than 5 minutes knows that I'm not a reenactor.
Yeah.
And at no point in my life have I accurately recreated any recording of anything. Do you know what I mean? Like my covers of all music back in Jacob Fred, when we would play Thelonious Monk or Bjork, we would arrange it from scratch as if it were one of our songs. You know what I mean? Using their bits. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not like learning Trey's guitar parts to play it. You're like, I'm playing it as myself. So, you know.
It's funny you used, and then we should wrap up here in a minute, but it's funny you just said Jacob Fred and Thelonious Monk in the same sentence. I'm pretty sure one of my earliest memories of seeing you guys in the late 90s was probably at the Middle East or at Harper's Ferry. And we didn't know too much about you guys, and we went to go see it, and there were these like probably from Haas like off the wall song introductions to everything. And I just remember him like talking and being like, and this song is called Thelonious Monk Is My Grandmother. Is that the name of that tune?
Yep.
Okay. And I just remember me and my friends just started looking at each other like, these guys are weird. I like this. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. So it was either the Middle East downstairs or Harper's, but yeah, I just remember cracking up at the song titles once they would actually get introduced.
I think we only played the Middle East downstairs once, and it was before we had that song.
Oh wow, look at you! So it's probably Harper's.
We used to play the Middle East upstairs.
Okay.
Regularly.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw you up there.
We did a residency at Harper's. We did.
I remember, and I lived down the street.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I lived on Chester Street. Me and my buddy Scott Gordon, who probably taped all of those shows.
Were you at the one with the slip?
Yep.
Ugh, that was one of the coolest nights of my life. Oh, speaking of, I know you got to wrap up. We
can keep going.
The JamBase party from last summer.
Yes.
The Davis set.
Yes.
Nathan's whole set where Lebo's on pedal steel.
Yep.
All that stuff. Please like post that shit at some point.
All right. If we're breaking news on this video here, let me also just share that all of that footage is done and mastered and ready to go. Reed, I might need your help on a couple artist approvals to make sure we can publish all of that footage.
Oh, don't worry about B-Hoss. I got it.
No, I meant the slip.
Oh, well, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew's.
Can we convince them to let us publish it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
100%.
Cool. No, so I think if anyone is still watching our intro this far into it, that set you're describing was amazing, and I am so thankful for professional video footage on that, because that's like the one set of like the 9 hours that we had at that party that night that I didn't really get to see much of because I was running around paying everybody.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, and we lost the JamBase checkbook, so I was like writing some of them from my personal checkbook that like my awesome wife happened to also have in her purse. Like, then we found the JamBase checks. But yeah, that set wasn't even supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be Nathan by himself, and like I was running around paying everyone else. I was like, who is all up on stage? And it was like Holly and Lebo and the rest of the Slip guys, and it was awesome.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous. And those songs, just Nathan's songs he does with this, like To You and the last one.
Yeah, we one way or another we'll definitely be getting like all that awesome JB20 that's out there. The awesome folks at the Sweetwater have already mixed it all down.
What's the brother's name who does the video editing there? The older dude with the ponytail?
I don't know.
Oh, he's so nice.
Is it Dan Friedman? I'm on an email with a Dan Friedman right now, and
asshole, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, that's all right. But whoever you are, we love you. All right. Well, so Reed, I'll be in touch. But yeah, we'll publish this as a little chat about that session we did 5 years ago, and then Gimme Shelter in Place video number 2. Reed and Cochran doing. Have
you talked to Cochran?
Nope.
Okay. Cool.
Can you let him know?
Yeah, I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll be stoked.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. See you, buddy.
All right. Thanks. Bye.